Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. This is a personal one to me because I feel like this is something that is a blind spot for me personally, and maybe this helps you as I am speaking. So you are always going to find evidence for how you feel about yourself. So what do I mean by that? Well, if you feel negatively about yourself, if you have negative self-talk, if you're beating yourself up over a situation or situations, and you tend to have this negative feel about you, there is 100% chance that you're going to find evidence for that as you navigate through this world and as you interact with people. You know, it's interesting because people will come to me and say, well, all my friends take advantage of me, or, I tend to be the person that is the overgiver, the oversharer, but it's not, there's no reciprocity. There's not reciprocated. Well, again, if you have this negative self-worth, if you have this negative tinge to your thought process about yourself, you're always going to find the evidence for that in the world, because let's be honest, there's a ton of negative shit out here. So we can always find negative things about ourselves. It's oftentimes the people that have this over-giving, over-delivering, and oversharing personality, who are seeking people's approval, who are seeking people to like them and love them and to be accepted, are the ones that do not like and do not love and do not accept themselves at some level. So therefore, the blind spot is so easy to see as we navigate through society, because we've got to interact with other people who may have a propensity to take advantage of someone who is the person that continues to overgive. It's a cycle that has to be broken. So you are always going to find the evidence for the way that you feel about yourself, which is thus going to then validate the feeling that you have. So, Mr. Buff Gandhi, what in the hell do I do? Well, this is where being aware of this process is super helpful. So in my coaching practice, I have this 4A model that we go through. Number one is the awareness. If you're not aware of something that's happening, there's absolutely no way to fix it, okay? I say fix it, okay? There's no way to take action against it. So you have to be aware of it. You have to then acknowledge it, because sometimes the acknowledgement is like, oh, I don't want to acknowledge that it exists, but you have to acknowledge it. The third one is you've got to accept it. I personally, from me to you, am an overgiver. I oftentimes will overgive to people, normally in cases that don't really deserve it, from the standpoint of it's not reciprocal. So there's really no relationship there to begin with. So I'm constantly giving, but yet nothing's coming back on the other turn. And then that creates that resentment. So I have had to accept this about myself in order to change it. And the last one is we have to take action, which is what I'm telling you. So how does this work? Well, it all starts with you. It does not start with anyone else. You're not going to change anyone else's behavior. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter what advice you give, and no matter how many temper tantrums that you throw, you are not going to change their behavior. You have to change your own. Now, this is where you may lose people in your life that you looked at as, oh man, these people are going to be with me forever. But when you start to set boundaries, because you value your self-worth, because you value yourself as a person, because you value your interests, your needs, your wants, you may lose people as you go along. This is a very valuable lesson that you have to understand. The moment that you take the power back from everyone else and you put it in yourself is the moment that your life completely changes. Well, how does this work? Well, from a coaching standpoint, when I coach people, we're going to start with this 4A model, because what is going on in your life? Why do you repeat the same situations with different people? We'll figure that out, because that's super important as you navigate the world and how you feel about yourself. The value of you is not in other people. The value in you is in how you feel about yourself. And once that changes, your friends change, The people that you attract change, and how you feel about yourself change. So if this resonated with you and this is something of value to you, please, by all means, drop in the comment section, message